Hey everybody, and welcome to another video. I'm Kristen and this is my channel, The Fresh Sleeve. If you're watching and you're here, you probably just had gastric sleeve surgery, or maybe you had gastric bypass, or you had the lap bands, or you had the Aspire Assist, or you had whatever it is. You're here because you've had bariatric surgery and you want some helpful tips and some tricks and some advice and some really real down and dirty, fresh information coming right from somebody who just had surgery 3 weeks out now, soon to be 4. So, things that have been going on for me. Let's talk about something positive first. I always like to keep positive. I went to go pick up some clothes that somebody was going to be donating to a friend of mine, and she had some nice sweaters, and I saw this one gray and black sweater in the bag, and I was like, I know that sweater from somewhere. I said, I think I may have tried that on at some point, and it didn't fit me. So I tried it on, and it fit me beautifully. So I said, I'm keeping that. But don't feel bad, because the girl lives in a very hot state, and she probably wouldn't have. It was a big cowl neck sweater, and she definitely wouldn't have used it. So I got to keep it along with another one. I usually wear all black clothing. My cat just jumped out of the window. That's why when he sits up in the window, it just kind of like, yeah, you've lightened the video over here. I have this beautiful cat that likes to come and threaten to knock over the tripod. So if you see things moving, I'm not haunted. My house isn't haunted. It's just the cat. This is it. Say hello so everybody knows that you're real. This is my cat, Yin Yang. This is my best friend. If you're all alone during this process and you have a cat or you have an animal, or you may consider getting yourself an animal, because animals definitely help you along through the emotional process. Whenever I get really upset, or I have a bad day, or something's just not good, I just pick up Yin Yang, and who's caught in my sweater right now. You gotta trim your nails. There you go. I just pick him up and give him a cuddle, and everything seems to be just right as rain afterwards. Okay, so let's get into it. So that was a positive thing. The sweater was really good. I haven't noticed anything horrible happening to me. I've been tolerating water pretty well. Certain foods, like I did have a couple of French fries. I had a couple of French fries. I was at open mic night. Somebody said, oh, I have French fries. So I had a couple. Wasn't a good idea. Stay away from fried foods as long as you possibly can, because I did get instant heartburn. That's the one complaint that I have, is I always feel like there's something here, especially if I eat dairy, which of course at this stage we have no choice but to do. Or if I eat something that I just not ready. Your body is going to tell you if you want this and if you're ready. So definitely, be careful with what you're eating and listen to your body. And even yesterday I had an episode where I ate too much. And if you find something that goes down easy, it is very easy to overeat on that. Like for me, it's cold cuts. So yesterday during lunch, I had one or too many cold cuts. And the next thing I knew, I was like, there was like this gas bubble caught in my throat. And it just kept going. It was the worst pain. And I said to myself, I will never do that again. Do not overeat, because it's not necessarily something that you're going to feel in your stomach. And you're not just going to be eating and say, oh, I'm full. No, you're not really going to feel that, oh, I'm full type. As soon as you put something in your mouth, it goes down your throat into your stomach. You're no longer hungry anymore. You have food, your stomach's working on it, whatever it's doing. So, and if you keep eating because it's in front of you, you could wind up overeating. It's especially if you're eating too much. It's kind of hard to overeat with the yogurt and with the applesauce or the cottage cheese or whatever it is. You just kind of eat that. It just kind of sits there. But when you start moving into more solid proteins, that's when you're gonna run into some problems. So I know now that chicken, unless it's very, 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 very soft, doesn't work well for me. I can no longer take a piece of chicken and eat it and be okay. It's going to get caught. It's going to cause heartburn. It just doesn't go down. It has to be, but I want that. I don't know why, but the body craves what it craves, and that's what it wants. Thankfully, I haven't been craving anything else as far as like sugar or carbohydrates go. I did make myself some refried bean soup with some ground chicken. That was actually a really good recipe. It's very easy. I'll tell you right now. It was a can of fat-free. Do not get the regular can because it's made with lard. Okay, I read the ingredients and it had lard, and I I dropped it as if I picked up a bomb because that's basically what I picked up. If you could, I think it may have been low sodium, but it was the fat-free refried beans, 2, 3, 4 ounces, however amount I usually, because you're gonna make the whole can, 4 or 8 ounces of ground chicken. And when you cook the ground chicken, you put a little bit of like bone broth or regular vegetable, whatever kind of broth you want, because I don't want you to cook with oils or any sort of anything like that. Just keep it nice. Put it in, it'll cook up really nice. It'll help keep the meat moist. Then you take the refried beans, a little bit of the taco seasoning, like a low sodium. That's what was low sodium. Low sodium taco seasoning. Let that dissolve a little bit, probably like half a teaspoon of taco seasoning in the ground chicken, and let that cook. And then when that's done, then you can mix it in with the refried beans, and then you take a little bit more broth, and you make it kind of like not a soupy consistency. It's going to be a little bit heavy, and I would say that you would eat, probably maybe a half a cup of that if you can get that down. But that's a good way to, if you're having a carbohydrate craving or you just want something else, the refried bean soup is really very good. And you can even sprinkle a little bit of cheese on top there if you wanted to. It tastes just, that's your Taco Bell. That's what you get. That's your Taco Bell if that's what you want. So yeah, I mean, I haven't had any problems with anything else. I haven't tried to eat red meat. I haven't tried to eat pork, really. Those are things that I kind of ate before, but now I just don't. I'm able to get down my vegan protein shake now, which is good, but I'm still only getting 1 protein shake a day because I really just don't have the appetite to really eat. And I've been exercising, although I'm not fully cleared to go back to my kickboxing or my swimming or weightlifting or anything else I love to do before surgery. I am cleared to walk on a treadmill. So every day I make myself go to the gym for half an hour. I'm on that treadmill, and every day it gets easier. And you don't have to go to the gym if you don't have a gym membership right now. You could just go outside and you could do 15 minutes here, 15 minutes there, or however long you're able to do it. As long as you're up and you're kind of moving around, you're getting things done, clean the house, take the dog for a walk, take the kids for a walk, do whatever you got to do, get moving. As soon as I'm able to go back to working out, I'm definitely going to. So, but if you are post-op and you're kind of in the healing process, I would not recommend going out there and start walking around. I wouldn't recommend that. Like I said, I'm about 3 weeks out. So I have a little bit more energy and I'm a little bit more healed. The incisions are completely healed. They itch like crazy, but they are completely healed. So that's good. But when I go to my support group, the counselor well, she's not really a counselor, she's a doctor, that runs the group said that, especially when you're post-op, you do spend a lot of time by yourself because everybody else is at work, the kids are at school, or you, like me, you live alone, you're single. You need stuff to do because you're going to get bored. And I'm telling you, post-op, even though you may not feel hungry, this was my experience, all I did was think about food. I was hungry. My hunger would wake me up out of bed, and I would get up out of bed and I would, look for things to eat, even though I didn't necessarily feel like eating it, but I would look for, a little bit here, a little bit there. I would look for things to eat. So she said to make sure that you have stuff to do. In a little bag, you've got stuff to do, okay? So this is what the video is about today, okay? Is about being prepared for being bored. I have a 3-day weekend coming up from work, and I really don't have too many plans because here in New York, we're going to be having bad weather, and usually a snowstorm for me, snow days, whatever it was, 3-day weekends is a trigger because I sit down in front of the TV and I'm doing my writing, I'm doing whatever I'm doing, but I'm also eating. Especially when you're stuck in the house, you know, when it's snowing outside, what do? We eat. We eat pizza, we eat brownies, we eat cake, we eat cookies, muffins, whatever it is. That's what we do. So in preparation for that, I already have my salt, I already have my shovel, I already have everything I need for the snow, but for preparation for me being home and not really being able to go anywhere, I went to the 99-cent store today and I bought myself this cool book, Chicken Soup for the Soul, Inspiration Word Finds, because it's all about changing the wording up here, so hopefully that'll help with that. I also got, don't laugh at me, yes, I am 38 years old, don't laugh at me, but I got myself a coloring book, I got myself some crayons, and I'm a writer, so I got myself this really cool, I don't know if you can see that, but this really cool purple sparkle, this purple's my favorite color, purple sparkly spiral notebook that I can take with me as my journal, and I can write in it whatever I want. And then this, you know, kind of stuff, you know, for me to take on the go or be something like this, you know, I want to be a mermaid. I really don't want to be a mermaid, but if I was, I'd be swimming around the ocean eating nothing but seaweed and fish, and I would never have to worry about gaining weight again. So if I was a mermaid, but I'm not. So I know for myself that when I keep my hands busy and I keep my mind focused on something, if you can, I'm not worried about eating. I do like to take breaks in between writing my chapters or writing my jokes or, you know, whatever I'm doing. I do like to take breaks, and I do this because I can't eat anymore. I can't go to that emotional place. Like this week I had some trouble at work that really bothered me. And there was something that happened to me that was very hurtful from the person who did it, and then from the people that were supposed to protect me from somebody that would do something like that. And it was very hurtful for me. And the one thing that I would normally do in that situation is just kind of, you know, eat my feelings. And I can't do that. But I'm also a former smoker. I used to smoke cigarettes. So what would be the first thing? And if any of you smoked before, or if you're smoking now, you know that the first thing you do when there's high stress is you go and you smoke a cigarette. Or you go and you do something. But you have to try to replace those unhealthy habits with healthy habits. And there's lots of things you could do. Like these activity things, you know, most people say, oh, do a to-do list, do chores. Oh, I want to snore. I don't want to do that. I'll do the chores when I get some. To me, that's just something I have to do. To me, that's not a distraction. To me, then it's like I loathe doing chores because now, you know, I'm doing it as a distraction. But is it really all that bad? Right now, you're in the post-op stage. Start letting go. Start letting go of these emotions and learn how to replace them with healthy ones. And part of letting go is also part of organizing your life. So if you are a person that likes to organize or somebody who likes to clean, to be distracted, start going through your closet. You know, I went through my closet and I was going through stuff and, you know, I was throwing out clothes left and right that I was like, well, I hate this shirt or I hated these pants and I'm never going to wear these again. Or I know that these are too big. I took all my 30-32s and just tossed them. I tossed them because I know confidently I'm not going back to that size. And you know what? Even if I do, oh well, then that's my punishment. Then I have to go out and I have to buy myself new clothes. But we're not going to go there because we don't think like that anymore. We know confidently. And it's a great feeling when you're able to get there. To be able to eat something with confidence and know that you're doing the right thing. Or even going to the gym and walking on a treadmill. Or gym has mirrors everywhere, and I hate looking in the mirror. I hate looking in the mirror. I hate it. So I avoid looking in the mirror. And yesterday when I went to the gym and I was like,